Oh, hello there. Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, we yet again have an abundance of fruit from the bushes, and this is mainly because of how I look after them. Over the winter they've had a light scattering of log ashes, and shortly after that they've had a nitrogen feed, liquid plant food. This year it was the manure, and as the berries started to come on and the flowers, I'll give them a good feed of comfrey, and yet again this plant has done really well with all this extra new growth. I'm really struggling to keep on top, especially coming home late from work and trying to get as many as we can. I'll crack on with this and we'll show you what we've got after a while, and then I'll go and show you some of the other bushes that have done well, and I'll also show you the new growth and how tall the new growth's getting. It should never be this tall, but I blame it on how I look after them, give him the feed. Obviously if we feed the nitrogen we get the green growth, and then as we feed the comfrey, that helps with the fruit inside of it. Excuse me. Well, that didn't take long, and you turn your back on them and it's surprising how many more there are, but we'll show you shortly, excuse me, what we've got today. It isn't just how we feed them, it's how we prune them. Summer fruiting grow on the this year's growth. Sorry, this is the growth that will get the fruit next year. So all this will be cut back. Unfortunately, I'm having to keep dragging them down. I need to tie them really, but those there have gone way over the top, so we're going to have to cut those off. I'll pull them through at another time, but now these will throw side shoots out, and you can see they've gone next door as well. But yes, pruning as well. So down here, those lovely white coloured stems are this year's growth, and then we've got all the old growth, which is the darker wood. So as soon as the fruit's finished, we'll be cutting all this back, and that will then give us a nice crop and a bush for next year. But there must be an art to cutting the gooseberry bushes. Not quite figured it out, but every year I keep getting some lovely fruit, especially on the bottom. Weeds are just absolutely prolific this year. There's quite a few bits on the blueberries, but they get fed differently with the acacia compost. We'll just move over to another gooseberry bush, and it's absolutely loaded. This is the thorned sort, so I'll keep getting my legs scratched to pieces. The white currants are doing well as well, and they seem to grow on the older wood, so it won't be long before we cut that out and keep this newer wood. But everything's leaning over. I need to get it all supported, but we haven't had time this year. Red currants, they're all doing really well. It won't be long before we can harvest some of those. And the black currants, the weather's knocked them about, but hopefully this dry spell we're going to have will ripen the fruit and we get it harvested, and I can pass some of these black currants on to one of my colleagues to make a bit of jam. So there's the 3 punnets we've got, and each one's about 0.3 of a kilo, so it won't be long before those strawberries, raspberries are finished. They'll suddenly just go over. So let's go and have a look at the other summer fruiting raspberries, different variety, not sure what they are, but again they're all doing well. There's some more new growth there. Again, we'll take this out. I'll cut all these down to the bottom. Didn't get nothing last year, so I know now that they're summer fruiting. So if you're not sure, just prune them off at the bottom. If they fruit the same year, they're autumn. Let's squeeze way through here. This golden yellow raspberry, I've been calling them strawberries. Oh, I don't know. We're talking raspberries, guys. The main bush is here. This one has run across to there. I've had another one pop up there. Now, if that's a yellow one as well, I should be taking those out and putting them all together. But they've just gone mad and just flopped over, and we just keep harvesting them. Sorry about the sunlight. Now, these are the autumn fruiting, and it won't be long before some of the oh, hang on, what we got here, some are already starting. So by the time the summer ones are finished, you can see these yellow straps are working reasonably well. So all I have to do is bend the ones down and bring them back on the inside, and any ones that aren't playing ball, I'll just cut them off just to keep them tidy. I'll turn myself around and say if these will go in, they go in. If they don't, but once that's all done, they'll it's difficult one-handed. This is the blackberry. I've had this quite a few years, and this year it's done even better, as you can see again. So the log ashes and nettle plant food for the nitrogen is working really well now on most of the fruit, if not all. And like I say, I haven't had time to put all these, tuck all these back in. Must get it done. But I'm getting a few weeds as well, and that one's gone to seed, so we'll have weeds for 7 years. Oh no, it's not quite ready, but yes, and what I do with these is just pull them out. Eventually they stop running, so you don't have to spend a great deal of money. I'll put the end screen will be for the homemade liquid plant foods and compost mixes and activators. You can have a little look at that if you wish, as to how I make them and collect them. So these are those green straps. They're single-use lifting straps or strops, and they get thrown away. So I've collected them. If I don't use them, somebody else will. Silly me, I've left this lid off, and Mr. Bumbles just needs a little bit of drying out time. They normally sit there for a while, but the covers are there for a reason. He's wriggling his legs now, he'll dry out. It's no good providing all this for them if I'm going to drown the poor things. Quick update on the blight in the greenhouse. I seem to have managed to get it under control, he says. When I did the recording and watched it back, I noticed I'd left one tomato there, so that's gone now, and there's no extra signs of any damage. Let's go back this way out of the way, and we've got new growth there if it's needed. If you're new to my channel, this is where I store the liquid plant foods, nettle and manure left and right, or right and left to the nitrogen, and comfrey, which is happily growing away there. I'm not going to let it die back. It hasn't done overly well this time, so I'm just going to let it go back. And we've got some Bocking 14 from some root cuttings. Thank you, Frank. And I'm just going to let that die back naturally, and the bees can have their fun with that as well. cherries aren't ready, but you can see they've been attacked already. I might just eat them and make myself bad just to know the blackbirds haven't had them. So I've been weighing all these raspberries, and we've got 1.25, 225, 224, whatever. So we've had a total of those raspberries now of 3.914 kilograms. So that's nearly 4 kilograms of raspberries so far. I'll just add the white currants if it'll let me. Yeah, without them all dropping off. And then we can add that to the Shed Wars total. Hope you found that useful. Please leave me a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, we don't mind for the interaction, but definitely leave me a comment. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.